Now let's see how to evaluate a prefix expression, right? So we have seen in the previous video how to evaluate the postfix expression. Now let's see how to do it for prefix. Actually, it's very similar to postfix. There is only one change. In postfix, we are reading elements from left to right, right? Given this postfix expression, we are reading elements one after other from left to right. If I just invert it, right? If I start reading from right to left, if I keep reading all my elements from right to left, and if I just continue with this logic, everything will work. Let me show it to you actually. Okay. Imagine I have my stack here. Okay. I'll start reading this element. First is 6. 6 is an operand. See, the only change would be this part. In postfix expression, we read the element from start to end, from left to right. Right? For prefix, you just do the opposite. Because you know in prefix, look at this very simple thing, right? In prefix, the operator comes before the operands. So if I start reading this, it's not very useful. So what I would do is, let's start reading from in the reverse direction. If I start reading in the reverse direction, I get 4, I can put it onto a stack. Then I get 3, put it onto the stack. Then I get a star. As soon as I get a star, I know that this star needs to be applied on the top 2 operands on my stack. So if you just reverse the whole thing, if you just read the whole expression in reverse order and apply the same logic here, this logic stays the same. Everything will work. I'll show it to you. Okay. First we encounter 6. So I'll place 6 onto the stack. Then we encounter 4, place 4 onto the stack. We encounter 3, place it onto the stack. Okay. So this is done. This is done. This is done. Next I come to star. Star is an operator, right? So when we have an operator, what do? We pop these 2 items, 3 and 4. We have popped them. So they should not exist in this. Right? We have already popped them. So they should not be here. And what is my operator now? Star. So let's process star. I get 12. I push it back onto the stack. Right? So this is also processed. Next I get star again. Right? When I get star, what do? I pop these 2 items. I pop 12 and 6. I apply the star operator. I get 72. So I've already popped these 2. So they should not be on the stack. Right? So the 72 should now be pushed onto the stack. The stack only contains 72. Next comes 2, right? So I push 2 onto the stack. Next comes plus. Now, as soon as I get plus, I need to pop these 2 elements, 2 and 72. So I popped both of them. Just compute this operation, perform the operation. You get 74. You push 74 onto the stack. You only have 74 now. You've reached the beginning. You started from the end and you reached the start or the beginning of this whole string. There is nothing else to process here, right? So now what do? You pop whatever is there in the stack. So 74. So 74 is your result, right? The logic that we applied here is exactly the same as what we discussed here in steps 2, 3 and 4, except that the only difference is in step 1. Where for postfix expressions, we read elements from left to right, from in this direction for postfix. In prefix, we are reading in the reverse direction, except that nothing else changes, right? Very simple, nothing very fancy here.